Hi YouTube, this is Michelle or Shrinking Shell VSG coming at you with my week 52 post-op update. Actually, today is my 1 year anniversary from vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which I had on July 31st, 2013 in Oxford, Mississippi with Dr. Michael King. My starting weight was 418 pounds. That was July 15th. That's when I officially took it. And then yesterday, July 30th, which was actually my 52-week date, but today is my year out, I weighed in at 257.6 pounds, which in the 52-week period, I have lost 160.4 pounds, which I'll take that. It is totally incredible, and I'm totally happy with myself. I had lost 3.6 pounds this week, which at a year out is awesome. And the week before that, I had lost 4 pounds. So I'm having a really, really, really good month so far, which I guess I had a good month. So I'll take that. I just hope I can keep the momentum up for a while because it's really motivated me to push a little harder and to try a little harder. Um, because at this point, you do kind of let yourself do things that you wouldn't have done, early on. But I have been doing like 2 protein shakes a day and only letting myself have one solid meal. And I think that's really helped a lot because I'd been like having a lot of carb cravings, which I was never really a carb person, but I was starting to become that. So I think this has been a good way to kind of restart the program and to get back with it. And then these 2 weeks of the weight loss, like what, 7.6 pounds in 2 weeks is pretty incredible, especially at a year out. So I'll take that. I also did my measurements last night, and I compared them with my measurements the night before surgery. And in exactly 1 year, I have lost 78.6 pounds. And that was measuring my neck, my chest, my waist, my hips, my upper thigh, my upper arm, and my wrist. It's crazy. I've lost 2 inches in my wrist. So that's 78.6 pounds, which is just over 6 foot 4 inches tall. It's like 6 foot 4.5, which is like taller than my husband, who's 6'3" ish. So that kind of seeing him and seeing that I've lost even about an inch and a half taller than him absolutely blows my mind. That's a lot of it's a lot of person. I mean, that is another person that I've lost, but it's incredible. My BMI has gone from a 65.5 to a 40.3, and that is just mind-boggling to me. Um, it's been an incredible ride, and I cannot thank God and my husband, my family for supporting me, my surgeon. It's just been a humbling experience, but it's the first time I can actually look back at myself and say how much I hated myself and how I was eating myself to death. And that sounded bad, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's crazy. I had some health issues that actually started my weight gain, and I had gained about 50 pounds, 60 pounds, and no explanation for it whatsoever because nothing had changed. It ended up being a thyroid and an insulin issue, and I got so discouraged because my thyroid problem did not get diagnosed for 10 years, and so therefore the weight was just piling on. And I thought, if I'm going to do the time, I am going to do the crime, and I finished it. I mean, I ate and I ate and I ate what I wanted, when I wanted, how much I wanted, and the amounts of food. It just it blows my mind. I mean, we would order pizza, and I could pretty much finish off a large pizza. It'd be nothing for me. Um, and now I struggle to, I don't actually eat pizza. But if the time I have had one, I had one piece of thin crust, and it was almost more than I could do. Sorry about that. I had my alarm set. My son has martial arts. Let me turn that off. Um, But this whole ride has been incredible. And according to my weight loss app, I am at 67% to my goal weight, which again, I'm not going to get wrapped up in a number. We'll see when we get there. But this is set at 180 pounds. And I might be happy at 190, might be happy at 170. I don't know. We'll just see. We'll see when we get there. I wanted to do an update before now. It's just been crazy. As you can see, the room behind me is different than what my usual videos are. This is my husband's art studio. He is a very talented artist. And if you're on my Facebook page, go check out my pictures. He does comic art, pencil drawings, anime. He is absolutely, and I'm not just saying that because he's my husband, but he is incredible. You got to check out his artwork. But anyway, we finally got him an art studio, or an art room, or the layer is what we call it. And I thought it'd be a good room to make video. It's got more natural light than my dining room did. So I've been working on this room, and that kind of took a lot of time. And then my precious uncle, passed away suddenly. So I had to make a flying trip up to my mother's and to be with my family. And it was incredible to see everybody again, because we're a very tight family. And even though I hadn't seen some of my cousins in 20 years, that's just the way we are. We don't want to leave, and it was just like we hadn't spent any time away. And I'm so blessed to have my family, and they were all telling me how incredible I was doing, and they were proud of me. I'm sorry, wasn't meaning to get weepy, but that means more to me than most anything, is my family's opinions of me. Anyway, I've had some NSVs this week. One was I ran into somebody that I've not seen in probably a year and a half, and he didn't know who I was. I went up and spoke to him, and when I smiled, he said, "Michelle?" And it was really kind of neat. He had no idea I was even trying to lose weight, and it was an awesome NSV. Another one is, I was over at a friend's house, and I sat on their wicker furniture, and I didn't even think about it because I wasn't so freaking out that I was going to break it or something. And it's the little things like that are incredible. I have added a few things to my weight loss bucket list, and one of them is my son, my 12-year-old, wants to zip line, and I was like, that'd be kind of fun. So we're going to zip line. I don't know if I'll lose my nerve before then, but we're definitely going to try it. And I also want to do parasailing. I think that would be so much fun. And my husband wants to go back to San Diego to the Comic-Con, because we are pretty big comic book sci-fi geeks. As a matter of fact, that's where we're going tonight, is to go see a certain Marvel movie that came out. Pretty excited about it. So it was nice to kind of get dressed up. Well, a little bit dressed up. It's just a movie, but it's nice to get out. And that's another thing. I'm going to a movie on opening night, and that would be something you could not have drugged me kicking and screaming a year ago. I would not do it, because those theater seats are so small. And the last movie we were at, I kind of sat in it, turned to the side, because I had the room to do it, and I didn't have to bring up the armrest and stuff. So that was pretty incredible. So I'm kind of excited to just actually get out tonight, and we don't do that enough anymore, because we used to go out to eat all the time. And although I enjoy eating, I think I enjoy eating more now than I did before. I love the flavor. I think I appreciate it more. I am being very strict on myself. I've let myself have about a month where I was not as cautious and careful of what I was eating as I should have. So I'm trying to make up for that and trying to get myself back on track. So my diet has been about 2 protein shakes a day, and for lunch usually something like turkey or chicken. Occasionally I have tuna. I found a recipe on Facebook that someone had posted. It was like tuna patties, which I love salmon patties, and I've made tuna patties before, but this one's actually adapted to to be sleeve friendly, and is really good. And I can hold, food wise, I eat about anywhere between 600 and 900 calories. I very rarely make it up to 900 calories. It's usually about 750 is where I stay. But with that, I do have anywhere between 90 and 120 grams of protein. I only eat protein. I don't eat fruit. I don't eat vegetables. I do occasionally have, like, I got the Veggetti, and I make zoodles, as they call them, the zucchini noodles, because I'm a big pasta person, and I have missed pasta. So that is incredible. Worth the money. Is so good. I've not tried it with anything else other than zucchini, but do you need anything else other than zucchini? Yeah. Anyway, it's awesome. So those are the only time I have vegetables. Otherwise, it's protein with a side of protein, topped with some protein, washed down with water, which I don't drink when I eat. I still follow all those rules. Let's see what else. I do go to my surgeon on August 5th for my 1 year checkup, and actually my 1 week checkup with him last year was August 5th. So that's kind of neat that I'm going to him the exact day, and I also am going to try to get the pictures, the full body pictures that they took of me July 15th, the day I started my pre-op diet, my liquid diet, and that way I can kind of see where I've come. It's just been an incredible ride, and if there's anyone out there pre-op that is on the fence about it, and because you do, I mean, you always hear somebody that their neighbor's cousin's dog's brother's wife had the surgery, and they died or they almost died, and yes, complications happen. But my philosophy during the whole thing was this: I have a better chance of falling over dead because of my weight than I do the complications of this surgery. And I had absolutely none. I followed my doctor's rules to a letter. I followed his pre-op diet to the T, which was very unpleasant because it was just clear liquids. And I could have 1 to 3 protein shakes a day, but clear liquids. And I was on liquids after the diet, or after surgery, for I think it was 2 months or a month and a half. No, it was 2 months. And that was hard. It was very hard, but I didn't have complications. And I'm not going to say that following the doctor's advice will stop you from having complications, but it will help. So that's my best advice to anyone out there that's wanting to have the surgery. Research it. Research your doctor, because every doctor's different. Every doctor's records are different. I picked the one that I was the most comfortable with. I actually drove an hour past a doctor that, again, was my second choice. He was really good, but I just wanted, I wanted Dr. King. And when I first met him, when my husband and I met him during the seminar that we had to go to, we were both just, it was funny. We looked at each other and said, yes, we're going to use him. He was just so good, even if I had to do a cash pay. And if I was not able to go to Mexico, because I had 2 doctors picked out in Mexico too, in case my insurance didn't cover it. But I was one of the lucky ones that it covered it, and actually gave me no hassle whatsoever. I had to do a 6-month pre-op diet, which was a bomb. It was a 6-month food funeral where I ate everything I get my hands on. I actually did lose some weight because I started my 6-month. When I started Weight Watchers, I was at 424 pounds. And so I lost, 6 pounds in 6 months. So I averaged about a pound a month, which surprises me because it was just like, I made lasagna. Oh, I'll never get to eat lasagna again. I think I ate like 3/4 of it. Pizza. I had pizza all the time. Mexican. We went out for Mexican all the time. It was just like I was afraid that I would never be able to eat again. And you will. Just follow your doctor's advice. Walk, sip, sip, sip. I mean, right now I'm sitting here with my water. I always have a bottle of water with me. That's so important. Well, I have rambled on for 14 minutes and 40 seconds, so I will see you guys next week. I promise to make a video, probably be the 6th, which would be Wednesday. Just remember, have a wonderful day, and you are worth it. Have a good one.